Billy Wiz Gamer back online. You're gonna do a review on Road Rage for the Xbox One. I got this game for around £15 off Amazon, brand new the day it came out. I think it's a bit more expensive on the PS4, and I've had a couple of people ask me, is it worth the money and should they invest in it or leave it on the shelf and just move on to another game. And after playing this for a good few hours now, and it hasn't really drawn me in. There's a lot left to be desired with it, really. I'll go through a few of the positives before I go through to the many negatives. I mean, this is obviously based a lot on the game Road Rash back in the 90s and even late 80s, I believe. No, I think it was 90s, not late 80s. Which I was a massive fan of, and me and my family still play. We have like the old Raspberry Pi, and basically still use Road Rash. And the best thing about Road Rash was the wheeling over cars. That was the when you could actually go along and go meow and wheelie over a car from the back. Then that was normally the good thing. But the gameplay in this, when you're racing other players, doing other missions and doing just the general sort of gameplay, is not that bad. The engine is there, but it's the small things like the physics, like how is that physics wise working? He's right. All his weight is on the top engine of the bike. He wouldn't be wheeling if anything. The weapons that they have, they've given you. If you look here, I press start and I go to Clubhouse. They give you all the different weapons. And you saw that I hit one of them a minute ago and he went flying. So if you change to the chainsaw, you'd expect that not to happen, right? Them not to go flying, but instead to be cut in half or some blood to come out. Something different from hitting somebody with a baseball bat or a blunt object to this. But no, you hit somebody with a chainsaw that is revved up or whatever and you send them flying, which is a little bit annoying. I'm going to get on with the positives first. So the positives really are just the gameplay is okay. If you're playing with a few mates, you can play quad split screen or split screen 2 people, and that is good. That's nice. Play with a couple of mates and that's friendly. You can fill them in with computer. The bad things, the weapon is one of them. Secondly, I thought this just should be on every game as well. They're not necessarily just this one. But you should be able to press left trigger and R trigger and just have that back wheel spinning. So if you go left or right, you've got a little wheel spin, you can do donuts. It's just a little thing that every game should have. It's just how have you left that out? I already brought this up as well, but I'm going to do it again. The wheeling over things, I mean, that was part of the skill in Road Rash. You wheelie over cars that you couldn't sort of avoid coming onto, but you would go flying over them, and then that was part of the skill to actually do it. One of the worst things on this game that I have to say is the online multiplayer, because it's just non-existent. I'll show you now. Multiplayer, quick online game, search failed. It's been like this. This game's been out 3 weeks, a month now. It is absolutely terrible. There is absolutely no way. I mean, that's a quick online game. This game is 3 weeks into it now, so there should be people playing it online now, not just me on my lonesome wondering what the hell to do. So it's alright if you've got a couple of people with you and you've got a couple of games, but people ask me, is it worth 30 quid? No, it's not worth 30 quid at all. It's worth about a 10 or 15 quid max, and that's if you can play it with a few mates, because the campaign mode is fairly shallow, to be perfectly honest. There's like 3 different times of modes. There's the race, elimination race, and then you have to beat people up, like a few of the crew. There's the other kind where you have to do so many wheelies, so many wheelies, so air time for so much, and so many near misses. But they're just, I don't know, it's not, like I said, there's just things missing in it. You can't endo, so you can't just stop on the front. These are all things that you should be able to do on bike games, in my opinion. They're not just, they're little fine finesse touches that really matter, not just that they just chuck this game together and say, oh, you can beat each other up. So I don't know. That's. I think the game's really let itself down. I think this game could be integrated into GTA 5 on a quick update, and it would be 100 million times better because all the physics would be there, the gamers would be there, and everything would be what it should be. But this game is just the final little touches that they should have done has not been done in any way, shape or form. And the multiplayer, how can you let a game like this have no multiplayer? It is going to be like, you know, the foundation of what you build your whole next game on. It feels as though like they've sort of finished this game, drawn a line under it and gone, well, I'm glad that's done. Let's move on to another game that we actually care about, because it's poor. Oh, there are no endos, no wheeling over cars, no wheel spins. The weapons are poor, and you hit people with a chainsaw. Oh look, it's like hitting them with a baseball bat. I want to see him chopped in half, man. I want to see blood. I want to see arms flying all over the place. But yeah, that is it basically. I'm going to give it a very, very poor 4 out of 10. I say it's got some sort of places there. It's just done an update. I was hoping that the update would just put a few of them problems to rest, but it's done absolutely nothing, the update. I don't know what they've actually changed, or whether they just wanted to nick another gig of my memory. But that is it. I hope it's helped you boys. I know it's been a bit of a long-winded one, but I don't know. I had real high hopes for this game. I really liked Road Rash back in the day, and I don't know if you've seen my first video, you could tell I was sort of quite enthusiastic about this game, and now I've played it for so many hours, I just think, what the hell are you doing? It's another game where you just think the last final like 20% of development has let you down. The rest of it is fairly good. The engine works, everything. Even the physics, I could do with the physics not being great there, where he's like right on the top, but just being able to wheelie over cars is a massive game changer. And just little like the weapons. But I'm repeating myself, so thank you for watching anyway, boys and girls, and please subscribe for more reviews, videos, and other gaming nonchalant stuff. Billy was Gamer, over and at